Okay, it's yam casserole. Nobody eats sweet potatoes, they're yams. Hi guys, so today is Wednesday, April 11th, and I'm now 8 weeks out. Today's video will have a physique update, and I'm going to start doing one of those every week so you can kind of follow along and see my changes, and so that I can see my changes, because it is hard to see for sure without having pictures and videos to really document, you know, just to see like the little things. So I just went and got groceries, so I'm going to quickly show you a grocery haul. And then today I'm doing like my first actual high carb day where fats are a little bit lower, because I tried before and my fats just were like through the roof as well. So it was ultimately just a cheat day. But what's been happening is I'm losing way too much weight. Like I lost 2 pounds in 4 days, and then so I increased my carbs by like 50 grams. And then I still continued to lose 1.5 pounds the next week, which was last week. So now I've increased my carbs up to like 230 on a regular day, but today we're going to do 350, and I'm going to try to keep my fats at 30. I think I put it in my fitness pal and I'm able to keep them to 30. I should be keeping them at 20, but that's seriously like impossible for me. So fats are at 30. That's the way it's going to be today. And so I'm just going to show you what I picked up at the grocery store. So I'm not eating these today, but I picked up 3 packs of tilapia because they were on sale, and they're normally like $8 and they were $6, so that's a pretty good deal. And then if you've been following my channel for a while, you might know that my favorite food is pulled pork. And if I can make pulled pork fit my diet, you better believe I'm eating it. So I picked up 3 packs of the Lose pulled pork, and this just needs to be microwaved for 4 minutes, and then you just pull it apart and it's delicious. It's not bad. The fat is 9 grams, 7 carbs, and 17 protein, and there's 6 grams of sugar. So if you're like really anal about counting sugar, it might not be great, but seriously, my sugar is up to like 70 grams a day. It doesn't affect me, not that I can tell, and it certainly isn't hindering my weight loss. I wish it would, because I literally cannot stop losing weight. I want to lose it at such a steady state, and I just can't manage to do it. So I'm eating like a maniac, but this pulled pork is delicious. I love it. For being grocery store pulled pork, it's amazing, and those were on sale as well for $5.99 or something like that. And then I got these just whole wheat Kaiser buns to put the pork on. And these are pretty big. They've got 41 grams of carbs, so if it's a day where I can't have quite that much, I'll kind of just like pull the top part of the bun off to like kind of reduce some carbs. But it works out, and these are delicious and squishy. And then I got a whole pack of bagels, because I know you're supposed to get your carbs in a healthy way. Yeah, I'm not really one of those people that eats properly, so I got bagels. And also, I just picked up, I have to show you this, because how do you eat a bagel without butter? You don't. So, these are blueberry bagels, by the way. Oh my gosh, this is the best brand. Dempster's blueberry bagels are way better than other blueberry bagels I've ever tried. And then I picked up some, just the other day, some Spreadables butter made with canola oil. So this is actually decently good for you, whereas butter is not that good of a fat. So, and it's just got a little bit less fat in it, so it helps me to keep my fats down, because I have a problem with that. So I put this on my bagels and my toast now and whatever, and that's been helpful, and it tastes the same as butter, so whatever. And then for tonight's dinner, I'm making a sweet potato casserole. So I picked up 3, okay, it's yam casserole. Nobody eats sweet potatoes, they're yams. I picked up 3 like medium-sized yams, and normally the casserole would be made with beef, but since dieting, I've been making it with extra lean ground chicken, and I've noticed that some ground chicken says it's extra lean, but it actually isn't. So just for reference, in 100 grams of this, there's 5 grams of fat. So if you want to try extra lean ground chicken, if you can get the Compliments brand, it's amazing, but I haven't found other ones that don't have a ton of fat in them, like even more than ground beef. So like basically you could use extra lean ground beef too, but it's just, again, it's hard for me to keep my fats down, so this is what I resorted to, and it's it tastes pretty much the same. And then I just have, the only other thing that I add to the casserole is Campbell's mushroom soup. It has to be Campbell's, and it has to be low fat because, you know, my fats. So this stuff is pretty decent macros. It just has a ton of sodium. So again, if sodium is something that you're really anal about, probably not the best meal, but again, it doesn't affect me. And then also today I'm just going to make another high carb meal with a bunch of rice and chicken, and then I will document that meal as well and show you the sauce that I make that's also super high in carbs. So like, yeah, this is just chicken breasts, boneless, skinless, so I'll just cook all those up and these will last me for, you know, the next many days. So this video is basically for people who have a hard time with high carb day. Because I finally figured out a couple meals that will help me to actually get as many carbs as I need to eat on this day. And if you're really trying to diet and you're 8 weeks out and you do not have real high carbs, you probably shouldn't watch this video because like I'm gonna be eating kind of like a maniac with tons of sugar, so you know what? But hey, look at abs! There's gonna be abs in there. There's gotta be a few. And I totally just somehow forgot to mention of the few things I bought that I bought bananas because my oatmeal and bananas has been like my favorite meal. It is so good. Hello again. So it's just after 7 o'clock now and I'm going to tell you what I've eaten so far today. I didn't want to film it because I just wasn't feeling it. So I woke up in the morning and I had just a cup and a quarter of Rice Krispies. And I like Rice Krispies because the cereal doesn't have a bunch of sugar in it. It's got a bit, but not a lot. And then I just put 2% milk and some Splenda on top to replace the sugar that it's missing, and it's just so good. And then I went and I had my coffee as I drove from... I just realized I lied earlier and it's not Wednesday, it's Tuesday. But it is April 11th. But I drove to Toronto today, so I had my coffee on the way here and my pure protein bar, and then when I got here I just started to meal prep and then I got hungry, so I had one piece of rye toast with some canola oil butter stuff that I was showing, and no sugar added strawberry jam, which I think is better than the sugary stuff. It's so good. I love just toast with butter and jam. So that was what I had earlier, and then I meal prepped kind of a bunch of stuff, and this is what I'm eating right now. This is my sweet potato casserole, I call it, and it's just made with 2 like biggish yams and then a pack of extra lean ground chicken. So I just heat the sweet potato up in the microwave so that it's soft enough to cut through. And then sometimes I'll take the skin off. Today I didn't feel like it because it's just extra work. So I scrubbed the skin down really well, obviously, and then I heated that in the microwave for like 8 minutes, and then I cut that all up into chunks. And while I did that, my ground chicken was just cooking on the stove. And then I just put it all together in a big baking dish, and I put on 1.5 cans of the low-fat mushroom soup, and I just let that cook at 380 for like 40 minutes, stir it a little bit in between, and then that makes 3 servings, so I'll have some of that for the next week to kind of have when I feel like it. So it's really quite high in carbs. There's like 7 ounces of sweet potato in 1/3 of the container, so it's a great meal for high carb day, and that's what we're trying to get at here, some things to eat for high carbs. And I forgot to mention, okay, so I cooked up some black beans and it was really kind of gross. I don't really want to talk about it, but that was another thing I was doing to get my carbs for today, because black beans are very high in carbs, they have no fat, and the protein is really good as well. So I tried cooking those up with some spices and it just was not good, so yeah, but I did eat that. So if you can find a recipe that's good for cooking black beans, then that's a really great way to high carb as well. Okay, so I'm home from the gym. You saw my pre-workout meal. I had that like an hour before I left, And then right when I got home, I had my creatine and I had half a scoop of protein powder just because my protein was like really pretty high today. And then for my post-workout meal, I'm having a really simple recipe just using chicken and rice. And this recipe will be up on my Instagram. If you are interested, it's so good. And it's seriously only acceptable for people with a high carb day. If you don't have a high carb day, I really wouldn't look at this recipe. And also I did have broccoli, but you know, I'm eating away and then I just remembered that I need to show you what I'm eating. Do you ever just get so tired? You could go for an eye rub, but you can't because you have eyelash extensions. Oh, they're so sore. I think these extra carbs today completely destroyed me. Okay, my camera can't even focus because I had so many carbs. It can't find me. Can't find me in all the carbs. Okay, for real though, high carb day, so hard. Here's my feels about high carb. Like, I would rather, like, if I could just have a high fat day and get the same benefit, that would be so cool. But I can't do high carb. Like, that was rough. Here's my problem, if anyone's wondering. Like, I don't have a coach. Did I mention that yet? I don't know if I mentioned that in this prep, but I don't have a coach. And it's my first competition, so I have no idea what I'm doing. But I started prep way too early for a couple reasons. One, I was kind of scared at the beginning I wouldn't be ready. And then also I miscounted. I was thinking there's like 4 weeks in each month, so I counted like that, and I ended up like being 2 weeks ahead of myself. So I started prep 2 weeks earlier than I even meant to, and I was already starting it too early. So I think technically I started at like 14 weeks out and 8 weeks out, and I probably should have just been starting like now, but I'm already like, what did I start at? I started at 120-ish pounds and now I'm 113. I've never been that low. Last time I weighed like 112, I think I was in like grade 7. So I would have been like 13 years old or something, and now I'm 22 and I'm down to that weight again. So it's pretty crazy. I'm gonna do my physique update tomorrow because I feel like after eating all those carbs, it's not the best time to do it. So yeah, I'll have that still at the end of the video, but it's just not going to be the same day. We're gonna let the carbs just settle down just a tiny bit because I can't even like hold my stomach in. I just feel like a big blob and I'm so tired. So I'm going tonight. I'm going tonight, see? I'm tired. I'm going to bed and I will do my physique update in the morning. Doodaloo.
So bright, I don't wanna lose that somebody. I don't wanna lose somebody, somebody, somebody. I don't wanna lose
Okay, so I've got to be honest with this physique update. I'm like 2 days away from being 7 weeks out now, not 8. So, I mean, my intentions were to film it Wednesday and it's Thursday, so whatever. It is what it is. I'm at least, you know, let's call it 7.5 weeks out now instead of 8. But I'm just gonna sum up this video here. I know I didn't show much. Let me know what you guys would like to see as far as like prep related videos, like what you would maybe like me to show in next week's video. because like I'm not sure if you want to see meals or if you want me to try to do workouts or at least like tell you what I did for my workout, since it's like really hard for me to actually film in my gyms, both of them. So yeah. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.